Well, the road keeps getting windier and longer for the Dodgers. Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Rodriguez, and welcome to your Wednesday edition of Dodgers Latest. Yeah, another tough one for the champs. They lose 8-2 in the nation's capital. James Wood crushed the Dodgers, hitting 2 home runs as Justin Robleski gave up 8 earned runs, 3 walks, those 2 homers in 5 innings. Dodgers fall to 1-4 on the current road trip, and they've now lost 3 straight games away from Dodger Stadium. So it's a situation where yesterday we talked about, hey, listen, they were making errors. They had 7 errors in the last 6 games coming into this game. They just didn't get it from Bobleski. And it was tough. Listen, it was his first start of the year. Just got called from AAA. Dodgers looking for some help because remember, Blake Snell is on the injured list. He's going to miss 2 starts, 15-day IL. The good news about Blake Snell is that he had a follow-up on his inflamed shoulder. No damage, certainly no surgery. It's a rest situation. So he'll miss at least another start, which will probably be early next week against the Rockies when the Dodgers are back in LA. But hopefully the rest, and the Dodgers will get their big free agent lefty back on the mound, especially after the performance, at least last night, of Justin Robleski. So the Dodgers have themselves a pitching puzzle to solve, and that pitching depth that they have is being tested immediately. Why? Well, again, we have Blake Snell on the injured list. So now who is going to be on the mound? Robleski got the first exam yesterday, didn't pitch well. Today it's going to be Landon Knack. Now, what's going to happen after Landon Knack today? Well, the Dodgers still have some options. They can do bullpen games with guys like Jack Dreyer. They do have an off day tomorrow before they're home Friday against the Cubs, and it looks like this weekend they'll be set with their more traditional established starters. It looks like it'll be Yamamoto on Friday against the Cubs. Sasaki will pitch on Saturday, and Tyler Glasnow will pitch on Sunday. Monday against the Rockies, looks like that'll be just Dustin May. So that brings us up to the same situation we're in now here, is who goes Tuesday and who goes Wednesday. And that's what these auditions are all about. We saw Robleski. Will he get the ball again? I think he will, just because he was an innings eater. Even though he did get rocked in those 8 earned runs, he went and gave the Dodgers 5 innings, which is important when you're trying to be a stopgap. Landon Knack, this is a big audition for him today. We'll get into that later. And there's also Bobby Miller. Remember Bobby Miller? He was such a highly touted prospect, ran into a lot of problems last year, was in the minor leagues, pitched well in Oklahoma City. His turn would be coming up if he's on regular rest. So don't be too surprised if Landon Knack has problems. We maybe see Bobby Miller back in LA next week. Dodgers do have the benefit of an off day on Thursday, which is tomorrow. And after the Rockies series, they'll have an off day a week from tomorrow, a week from Thursday, before they head back on the road and go to Texas. So it's going to be a big week for Robleski, Landon Knack, and maybe Bobby Miller to see who could fill Blake Snell's shoes. And, of course, down the road, if the Dodgers need a 7th, 8th, 9th starter, because what we have seen of a major league season, what we've seen the Dodgers do brilliantly, is to be able to take and roll in 10, 11 different starting pitchers into a long 162-game marathon of a season. So keep an eye on. I think the guy they should use is Bobby Miller. He has shown what he can do in the major leagues, ran into some issues, maybe some mechanical stuff, working it out in Oklahoma City. Mark Pryor, who has been a great pitching coach, taking over for Rick Honeycutt. I think if anybody can get Bobby Miller back on track, it is Mark Pryor and that Dodger coaching staff. Bobby Miller, of all the guys, with some electric stuff. So that's been the problem on the mound. What about in the batter's box? The Dodgers in desperate need of a slump buster. It's crazy when you look at these numbers. Kike Hernandez is hitting 111. The only saving grace for Kike is he has 4 home runs. All right, he is second on the team in home runs. Kike has only 4 hits this year, and they're all home runs, as he hit another one last night. We've seen Max Muncy 190, 18 strikeouts. Andy Pages, he hit a home run last night. Maybe he's going to break out of it. He's hitting 162 with 14 strikeouts. Chris Taylor, 1 for 7. Austin Barnes, poor guy, he's a backup catcher, 0 for 10 this season with 4Ks, and we've seen Miguel Rojas at hitting at 125. It just creates an incredible amount of pressure for the guys like Mookie, for Shohei. Freddie Freeman still not in the lineup. Hopefully he'll come back this weekend. And with all this talk about torpedo bats, remember Max Muncy got a torpedo bat, doesn't seem to help. What's really concerning me is all those strikeouts. Listen, anybody can be in a funk, right? Anybody can hit the ball hard and you're hitting them at people. But when you look at Kike, 13 strikeouts, Muncy, 18 strikeouts, Pajes, 14 strikeouts. Those are just black holes in the lineup. They need to be able to make contact, break it down. And when you're in a funk, I know it's one thing after another. We saw Max break out of it with a big hit against the Atlanta Braves in the homestand that helped the Dodgers come from behind. But what the Dodgers need to do is wake up those bats. And unfortunately, because of those batting averages, listen, the Dodgers 9-4, right? I'm not saying that the house is on fire. I'm not saying it's time to panic. But in those 13 games the Dodgers have played this year, they have trailed in 11 of those 13 games. And the fact that they haven't been able to come back, they've lost 4 or 5 on this road trip, tells you that you can't keep falling behind and you need to be able to attack. And those batting averages need to get so much better if the Dodgers need to do any sort of damage and get back to the playoffs and do a repeat as world champions. Finally, today, getaway day for the Dodgers on this pretty bad road trip, and it's going to be Landon Knack. We talked about him earlier. Landon Knack's going to take them out against Jake Irvin of the Nationals. Knack was 3-5 last year, ERA of 3.65. Pretty good strikeout to innings ratio, 69 innings, 69 strikeouts. In 12 starts for the Dodgers, they need to show they have the depth. Landon Knack is probably a very talented guy who could be in that rotation behind maybe a Bobby Miller. Robleski will probably get another shot next week, so it'll be a big outing for Landon Knack to try to quiet down those exceptionally hot Washington Nationals, especially James Wood, who has just owned the Dodgers so far, especially after that 2-home run performance. And in terms of the Nationals, well, it's Jake Irvin. He was 10-14 last year with a high ERA, 4.41. This is his third start of 2025. And if you're looking for any props or who has done well against Jake Irvin, well, the guy who's struggled the most, Max Muncy, right? He's coming into the game hitting 190. Well, he's 4 for 9 career against Irvin with 3 doubles. Teoscar Hernandez is 2 for 7 with a home run. And Mookie Betts also 4 for 9 against Jake Irvin with 4 singles. It's a day off tomorrow, and the Dodgers back home on Friday. Hopefully the return of Freddie Freeman. It's bobblehead night. Freddie Freeman bobblehead night on Friday. It's going to be a 6-game homestand as the Dodgers return home Friday, play the Cubs for 3, and then the Colorado Rockies. You can follow me at JRod Show on X and Instagram. It's always time for Dodger Baseball, and that is your Dodgers latest.